Hi, having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm giving you my Superman Lois episode 5 spoiler review and breakdown and theories and all type of stuff, all that good stuff. For this episode, trust me, we have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to break down. Just giving you my thoughts on the episode, as well as like a lot of theories that there is going to be for the future, and maybe like some set pictures and everything that kind of tells us where it might be going and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be a super fun and interesting video that I really hope you end up enjoying. And if you do end up enjoying it, then just make sure to leave a like. It very much helps our videos, so definitely make sure to leave a like and subscribe for a lot of other content. I'm gonna do one of these every time Superman Lois episode comes out, so subscribe if you want to have content on Superman Lois every single week. And lastly, make sure to leave a comment below on what your own thoughts on this episode, as well as tell me any theories that you might have after seeing this episode. I'm definitely very curious to hear them, so tell me that down in the comments. Okay, now let's get started. So let's start off with what's the focus of the episode, because that's what the title was about, and it was about Sarah and her quinceañera and Kyle, obviously his secret getting blown up, and that was actually super cool. I obviously expected it because they already set it up earlier, so it was obviously going to blow up. However, I did not expect it to blow up this soon. I would have thought that we would have saved it for like the finale or something, because that blew up like really fast, like it almost immediately blew up. So that was crazy. I was like, oh wow. They really went there really fast, so I thought that was really crazy. But I think it's good. I don't like whenever shows hold things too much, and we're like, okay, we know you're gonna do this, just do it already. And I like that they already got rid of it and everything. And it's honestly like something that like I really like the pacing of the show so far. Like it's going really fast this season. Like storylines are going and going and going. They're not like stopping. They're not getting boring or pausing. No, they're like going. They're full on action. So I really love that. And this shows with this storyline wherever Kyle secret gets exposed, at least to his daughter and his wife. And after that was done perfect from the very start of the episode, it gets set up really good whenever they're like dancing as a family and having fun and this, and they're planning Sarah's quinceañera and everything. That's really nice. So then whenever Sarah's like, I'm just doing this for my dad, honestly, because I really know how much this culture means to him and everything, which is really nice as well. So then whenever Kyle goes and talks to the girl, I was like, okay, they're gonna be talking or something, blah, blah, blah. But I did not expect that whenever he walked away, Sarah was gonna be there, and I was like, oh my god, no, that's so bad, like that's terrible. So yeah, like they did it, I think, really nice to build like the tension, to kind of surprise the audience by saying, oh no, you thought we were gonna say it? No, we are gonna say it. And like they show Sarah right there and Jordan listening and everything. Like that was really nice. And then like whenever she has to go dance with her dad, you know what I mean, and she has to kind of like try to hold it in, and then she can't anymore, and it's just done really nice. And she didn't straight up blow out like most of us probably would have her done. Like they're just like, oh, you did this, you did that. No, she kind of just walked away, and then they settled it a little bit outside, and then obviously it's not done. This is definitely gonna go on for like at least some episodes, and I can't wait to see how they deal with it at home in the next episode. Like I really want to see it, because I know it's gonna be done very well. So I really like that the maturity level that Superman Lois has in general. I really like that. Like they don't make a big deal over everything they do. Like have this maturity of like, okay, this is how we can do it without just being like huge drama queen type of thing. You know, I really appreciate that. So that's one of my favorite things about Superman Lois, and I love that they're still doing that, which is awesome. Also, after that, we had like an amazing scene between Lana and Sarah, a great mom and daughter moment. So I really love that as well. Like that was a really touching speech from her, from Lana. So that was really nice. And so yeah, I really like how that storyline was handled in this episode. I did think it was done very well, and I can't wait to see how it continues to get explored. Like I really think that's going to be really done very well. So I can't wait to see how it gets explored. The only complaint I do have about it is that the storyline kind of feels disconnected from everything else. So I am kind of curious to see how they're going to work it into everything. But so far it kind of feels a little bit disconnected. But besides that, I am really enjoying to see the storyline play out and everything. And especially since I really like these characters. I like Lana, I like Kyle, and I like Sarah. Like it's like, oh, you really messed it up there, Kyle. You know, it's like that type of thing. So yeah, I really like how they're doing that storyline for sure. Alright, now let's move on to Bizarro, because yeah, we all want to talk about Bizarro, right? So let's move on to Bizarro. And the first thing that we do end up noticing is that Superman goes and talks to Tag, and he's trying to look for the crystal, which makes sense, obviously, why wouldn't you want to? And then he realizes that Anderson has it, so then he goes talks to Anderson, and then Anderson tells him that no, he's not going to give it to him because, and this is a very interesting thing that I did not know, and that's because he said that every time they fight, a force would kind of create around them, every time Bizarro and Superman fight, and it seems like they're making each other more powerful, which is actually something very interesting, because I didn't really know what was that force for man. Like whenever this crystal was like sucking Superman, I remember that I was like, I don't even know what that means, but now we know that it's kind of getting more powerful from both of them, not just Bizarro, but both of them are getting more powerful, which is actually super interesting. So that's interesting to know. I think that's gonna key very, very later in the season. So keep that in mind, just in the back of your head. That's what happens. So that's very, very interesting. It's not for sure, like that's a theory that he has, and I think that it probably is the right theory, but I'm not entirely sure. But keep that in mind. I'm just saying that keep that in mind because I'm curious to see what exactly the Christi does to Superman. So keep that in mind. Then Bizarro goes on the search, I think, for like his origin, maybe. I don't know what he's exactly looking for, but I do know that he finds the girl from the mines, the girl that was trying to set him free from the mines or whatever, and then he goes and we don't see him do it, but it is supposed that he doesn't kill her because we see like the Nexo snap and Bizarro's right there. So it's not. We can't be certain for sure that he did do it because shows usually do that where like they incriminate somebody, but you can't really be sure because they didn't show the scene where he actually did it. However, it did look like kind of violent, so it makes sense why he wouldn't show it. And I do think that he did do it, but there is always a chance that he didn't do it. However, she's dead. She's out of the picture, so he seems to be killing everybody that is involved, right, with that, with creating kind of bizarre versions of themselves, I guess, which is actually super interesting. And that will play into a little bit later in the episode, which I'm about to talk about in a little bit. But then Bizarro goes and tries to go kill Ali, which is a big surprise for me, because I thought maybe him and Ali were going to team up, not try to kill each other. So that was a big, big surprise for me. I'm sorry for the police sirens. But yeah, that was a huge surprise for me. Like I was like, wow, he's gonna go try to kill Ali. I thought they were gonna be allies. So that was a huge surprise for me. And then he obviously fails because Superman gets there in time and saves her. And we had this amazing, amazing fight. I thought it was really, really cool whenever they were fighting each other and they were using like the fire breath and the ice breath. Oh, that was so awesome. And then the ice laser things like that. That's really cool. Like the light, yeah, the ice laser vision, I guess that's what you would call it. I don't know what you would call it, but that looked awesome as well. And I thought that was super, super cool. I've been wanting to see that for a long time. I was like, there's no way. I was actually thinking about it while they were fighting. I was like, there's no way they're going to do that, right? And they do it. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So yeah, I really, really did like that. And you could feel Superman's punches. Like whenever he threw him through all those buildings, that was amazing. Like that was really, really well done. I was like, wow, he's punching him hard and everything. So yeah, I could really definitely feel the rage from both of them. Like both of them definitely showed their rage, and that was really, really nice. And then I like how Superman finds out, oh no, he's definitely my opposite with the vision and the breath. He was like that. He's definitely my opposite. And he takes him to the ex-kryptonite thing, which I thought was super smart. Obviously, he's a reporter. Clark Kent is a reporter, so it would make sense that he can piece things together and everything. So I really like that, and then like that is his weakness, which keep that in mind. Ex-kryptonite is Bizarro's weakness. I'm sure that it's going to come in handy very, very later, or unhandy, because it looks like Bizarro might be good. So maybe it works to our disadvantage, but just keep that in mind. Then after that, Clark takes Bizarro to his mom, Lara, and one of the fortresses and whatever. And there, Lara is able to like reverse Bizarro's dialogue, so we can actually tell what he's saying. So now we actually understand him. And there we learn that according to Bizarro, this isn't obviously probably very trustworthy, but according to Bizarro, he's trying to save the world that we know, and Clark Kent, Lois Lane, all type of that world, while also trying to save his own world, the Bizarre world, from a war that is going to come out or something from Ali, like unless she dies. If she dies, the war will not happen, which is why he's trying to kill her. But if she doesn't die, then she will start a war and destroy both worlds, according to him. So that's what's gonna happen, according to him, which is actually super, super interesting. I don't know how exactly that's gonna work. Like Ali doesn't seem like a super powerful character, but once again, we don't really understand the full scope of what she's trying to do. We don't understand her crystal to start things off, and we don't understand like what exactly she does. You know what I mean? Other than like kind of teach somewhat people the resort versions. Like I'm not entirely sure how it works. So I'm definitely still very curious to see how exactly they're going to explore that and everything. So there's definitely still a lot of things and a lot of mystery that we still have to unravel with, which is super. I like that. There's like mystery where we still don't fully understand the threat. We just know that it's something really, really big. So with this, it seems like Bizarro might be joining the good side, at least teaming up with Superman for a little bit, which I think would be really, really, really cool. Can you imagine the fighting of them two fighting together alongside each other? Oh, that would look awesome. So yeah, I think that's going to obviously happen, which would be super, super cool. And Ali seems to be building an army of some sort, which is another thing that we do want to keep that in mind. Just trying to build an army or something. And that's going to play on to something that we're going to talk about right now, and that is Ali and Miss Beppo and Lois. So from the very start of the episode, we learned that Ali got her necklace from her family, and her family seems to have died from it. So I don't know what it did to her family, but there's something there. There's something there that we're probably gonna unravel with, because if not, I don't think they would have showed us the scene. So there's something there, I think. Then from there, the next thing that we see from Ali is whenever she's actually meeting with Miss Beppo, or Christi, whatever you want to call her, and we see that Ali drugs Miss Beppo or Chrissy, whatever, like I said, you want to call her. And then she puts on the necklace on her, which is interesting. It seems like the people had to be wearing the necklace, so keep that in mind as well. That's probably something that's gonna come in handy later, so keep that in mind. And there, she gets put like in a different universe on her brain, not exactly her physical body, but her brain. She's like in a different universe, which I'm gonna call the Bizarre universe, like I said earlier. So she gets put into like this Bizarre universe where she sees another version of herself, as well as another version of other characters that we know or that she knows apparently, because she said that everything was kind of different and everything. So that's interesting. She said the only thing that wasn't different was Allie, which is interesting. And she says that everybody seemed to be scared of Allie, and Allie was in control of everything. So that's interesting. Now it's interesting to see how exactly this world works, because we don't exactly know it. Like we haven't seen it. They haven't showed it to the audience, which is the other really key factor, that they haven't showed it to the audience. We're just kind of going here by narration, which means that they're keeping something secret. There's something there that they don't want us to know yet. But I think that we're going to see the world probably the next episode, because they kept teasing in the promo that they played at the end of the episode, like, oh, Bizarre, and like the logo was backwards and everything. So it was like, okay, I think next episode we might go to that Bizarre world and see what exactly is going on there. So I think that might happen. But going back, we don't really know exactly what's going on in this world, except for the fact that Allie is the same. Everybody's scared of her, and she's kind of in control. So keep that in mind. I don't exactly know how this world works. My original theory was that maybe that was pre-crisis, because obviously a lot of characters changed, so maybe it was pre-crisis. But I don't think that seems to be the case because of this. But I still won't discard it, but I don't think that that's the case anymore. So I am definitely curious. Like I said, I do expect to see the world probably the next episode, or at least get introduced to it in the next episode. Okay, now let's move on to a different storyline, and that's going to be Jordan and Jonathan, where we start to see that they're training with General Lane, which Grandpa Lane, because he's not a general anymore, Grandpa Lane. However, it doesn't go as planned, as Jonathan gets jealous, and he takes ex-kryptonite and fights Jordan and beats him up, which is actually super interesting. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It seems like the ex-kryptonite is making Jonathan mad, or at least emotionally unstable. Like he seems to like get pissed off at everything really fast, and like he seems to like fighting mood and everything. So that's interesting. So keep that in mind. It seems to make him unstable. I wonder if it makes other characters unstable as well. They did say that it affects everybody differently, but I don't know. I'm curious to see if it's going to make a lot of people unstable, and I'm curious if this instability is going to take him to Allie. I think that might be the case. I think it could be a way they would maybe want to go. I don't think they would, but I think that it might be a way that they do want to go. This show keeps surprising me. Like it just keeps going twist and twist and twist all over the place. So even this episode had a lot of twists and turns, and like moved a different way that I thought the show was going to move. So I can see that happening, to be honest. Like I said, I don't think it would, but this show could honestly do it. So I am interested on that. But however, going back, it seems like he's emotionally unstable. And so yeah, Jordan finds out. Jordan finds out that he has powers now, because he gets mad and he has like the laser vision. And he's like, oh, you have powers, but he thinks that they're natural powers. Like he thinks they're like gene powers, but no, it's actually ex-kryptonite. Doesn't know that yet, so we'll see how he finds out for sure. But obviously, they're already setting up that it's gonna blow up eventually whenever Jordan tells like his parents that, oh, he has powers, and then like they take him to the fortress, and then they realize that it's actually something else. They're setting up the seeds for that blowing up. So keep that in mind. I can't wait to see how exactly that's gonna blow up. However, in some set photos that are probably around 5 episodes ahead, maybe, we do see that. Let me here. I'll put them right here. We do see that Jonathan is actually wearing like a suit, like he's probably a Superboy or something. It's interesting to see that. So we'll see what's going on there. It seems like he's helping Clark Kent, which I don't know why he would allow that when he's taking ex-kryptonite. I don't exactly know what they're going to do with the story, but it does seem like they might make him Superboy, at least for a little bit. I don't think it's going to be the permanent Superboy. I still think that Jordan is going to take that spot, but it seems like Jonathan is going to be Superboy for a little bit, maybe. I don't really know what they're going to do with him, but that is a very interesting thing to see from those photos. That is like, I'm telling you, it seems like the show's gonna go like a completely different direction from what I think, and that's a proof of that. Because I would have never thought he was gonna be Superboy. I would have thought maybe he would have gone through a darker path. So we'll see where it exactly takes them, because it's gonna make for a very, very interesting storyline. So yeah, overall, I thought the episode was really, really good. Not as good as the last one, but that's because the last one was just amazing. This one was still really, really good. I'd probably give it like a solid 8 out of 10. It was really nice to see and everything, and I really, really did enjoy it. It developed the plot forward, which is the thing I like the most. That is not ruining the pacing. Like the pacing is going by fast and fast, so I really like that. While we're still getting character development and character growth, and we're getting these characters into some pretty interesting situations. So yeah, really enjoy that. Theories, I already mentioned some. We're gonna see the Bizarre world next time. I'm pretty sure. It seems like Jonathan's gonna become Superboy. We'll see how that works. it seems like Bizarro and Superman might be teaming up. I do think that might go wrong. Like Bizarro might go too far or something. We'll see where that goes. I don't exactly know where they're taking John Harry Irons because they did mention him in this episode because he was injured. Same thing for Natalie. I don't know when they're gonna come back either. But I'm curious to see how they're gonna fit this story, especially. And then it seems like Allie seems to be building her own army, like maybe an alien army, because in the comics she's kind of like an alien type of character. So maybe she's building like an alien army instead of her being herself. It's like an alien army that she will have, that will cause like a war that comes from like the Bizarre universe or something. We'll see how that exactly works. I'm definitely very curious to see how it works. But it seems like we will meet the Bizarre universe, which is the thing that it got me the most excited. Like that just sounds like a really fun and cool idea. So yeah, that's this episode. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, then please leave a like. It'd be very, very helpful. As well as tell me in the comments what do you think about this episode, any theories, anything that specifically stood out to you, anything. Tell me that down in the comments. I'm definitely curious to hear all your thoughts on this episode, theories, like what scene was your favorite, stuff like that. Tell me all that down in the comments. As well as subscribe for live other content. Like I said, I do a Super and Lois video every single week after each episode. So if you're interested in that, then subscribe so you can have one of these every single week. As well as cover just movies and TV shows. Subscribe for all that content. And yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is Jeremy Entertainment, out.